Hey good people, welcome back to Beauty and the Frizz. My name is Kara. Whether you're new or returning, thanks so much for stopping by and hanging out with me a little bit today. As you know, it is Sunday and it is mimosas and makeup drinks. Today I have Sutter Home Sweet Riesling. I can't remember, I think it's like 10%. But you know, it's good, it's chill, nothing too fancy. So that's what we're gonna go ahead with today. And again, it is sweet, but it's not like Moscato sweet, maybe a little bit. Anyway, I digress. Today we're gonna go ahead with the Natasha Denona Zendo palette. Gonna go ahead and do a review and 5 looks. So this is more of an inspo video because it's been out for a little bit, you know. If it's not like in the first week, it's late, but whatever. If you want to see the looks, the swatches, and hear my thoughts on it, see some comparisons to the other Natasha Denona palettes in my collection, keep watching this video. Let me know what you think. Do we need this palette? Let me know. Definitely consider subscribing and joining the community because I would love to have you back. All right, let's get started. So this palette was kind of a surprise. Don't think we knew that she was coming out with something so soon after the Circo Loco palette, but it's here. So let's go ahead and take a look at it now. This is her midi palette. It's 15 shades, and this palette was $65. I got this palette from Sephora, so I didn't get it when it launched. I had a gift card, so you know, that always helps. I do prefer this size palette versus the big ones just because I have a lot of eyeshadow. Now this palette has a 24-month shelf life, just so we know, and there are a few different types of finishes in this palette. So let's get into the details. I'm going to do it kind of quickly just because I know that, we've seen some reviews already. I haven't seen any, but I know, this palette's been out for a little bit, not that long, but you know how it is in the beauty world. So we're gonna go through this and we'll get to the swatches and the looks. So I'm trying to get the fingerprints off. So as you can see, the outside is very reflective. It says Natasha Denona Zendo palette. And here's the inside. Please respect my privacy at this time while I pick up this eyeshadow shade and try to see. This is how I know I'm not, like, my videos aren't supposed to be serious. Like, I be trying, like, let me just have one video where it's not a whole bunch of shucking and jiving and foolery and shenanigans. It's just not how my life runs. So whatever. We're gonna try this again. And here is the inside. This shade was loose when I got the palette and I pushed it in some, but not good enough apparently. Okay, here we go. This is one of those cream to powder because it pressed back in real neat. So here we go. All right, so here is our Zendo palette, and as you can see, it's a warm tone palette as well as cool tones. And I think it is a great palette for those who like neutrals, but sometimes want to have a splurge of color here and there. I'm just trying to get the ring light out of the way. But here is the palette. Just to give you a bit of information from the website, the Zendo palette is a warm and cool tone palette inspired by an ambiance where nature meets minimalist architecture, a mix of elements that conveys peacefulness and tranquility. It features 15 new iconic ND pressed pigment eyeshadows, including a range of brown and beige to pink and coral shades, complemented with teal, mint, and green hues. A perfect balance and color combination to create warm and cool, everyday to bold and expressive looks. It also has a 24-month shelf life, and that's it. So let's get into the swatches before anything else falls out. I got some stuff. You know what? I can't believe that happened. Yes, I can. Oh, all right. First shade is Mindful. It is a medium cinnamon, and it is the cream to powder eyeshadow formula. Next, we have Luster, which is bronze gold, and this is a metallic. Balance is a creamy matte, and it is a light medium caramel. Flow is another metallic, and it is a medium silver blue teal. Last on the top row, we have Matcha, which is a cream to powder formula, and it is a medium greenish teal. So here are the shades in the top row. This actually makes a really beautiful color story. All right, let's go to row 2. First, we have Aura. Aura is a duochrome, and it's medium golden orange red. Now, her duochromes don't have like those big shifts like the indie brands, but they are really pretty. Next, we have Vigor, which is a creamy matte. It's medium muted red coral. Next up is Relief. It's a creamy matte, and it's light medium pink coral. All right, there it is there. Next is Equilibrium. It is a metallic, and it's a medium dark silver teal. Last, we have Breath, which is the cream to powder formula, and it is a pastel mint. All right, finishing up with the last row. The first shade is Sense. It's a metallic, and it is a pink copper. Next is Tranquil. It is a metallic, and it is a light warm rose. Calm is a cream to powder matte. It is a pastel peach. Next is Yama. This is a duochrome, and it is a light peach bronze with green reflex. I can definitely see the shiftiness in this shade. And last, we have Zeal. It's a creamy matte, and it is a dark dusty army green. Y'all know this is my type of shade right here. All right, and these are all of the shades in the new Zendo palette. Get them all in here. Okay, y'all, we are outside, and here are the swatches. I can barely see them, it's so sunny out, but here are the swatches of the Zendo palette outside in the regular daylight. So, you know, I know we like to see what things look like without all of the, you know, flashing lights. So hopefully you can see those shifts in the 2 duochromes and how shimmery the metallics are. So before we get into the looks I'm gonna do, my mom did make me a rock. I did post this one already, so if you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen it already. But here it is. She asked me what I was working on, and she worked really hard to get the colors, you know, close to the exact colors in the palette, and I just love it. And it says Zendo Rocks, and then Beauty and the Frizz. So thank you, Mimi. Yes, she is killing it with the rock game. I'm serious. I told her you need to start an Etsy store, but will she listen? I don't know. And let me tell y'all what else. So I just got home from work. It's Friday. And I was going to pick out the ears that I was going to use. And it was just going to be like my very first pair, my little rosy ears or whatever, the pink ones. Anyway, UPS comes. I didn't have anything coming, like, for once. And so it said Disney. So when I opened it, I could feel it was ears. I'm like, oh, ears, but like I did not order them. And they are from Vanna's Grand. So Vanna's Grand has been one of my long time, like, I get members of the Frizz family or whatever we want to call ourselves. I don't know. She has been rolling with me like from the very, very beginning. And she sent me these ears. The child. I can't. I was literally picking out my ears. I know I sound real pumped, because I am. And I'm just so thankful. I feel like I got some of that daggone shadow on him already. Ugh. That's okay, because it'll come off. But I'm so thankful. So I'm going to wear my baby Yoda ears. And I'm so excited. So, oh my God. Cute. I can't. I cannot. All right, y'all, let me stop because I'm starting with the clapping. So, okay, gonna do, I want to say 5 looks, 1 on each eye. Come back and do some comparisons. I have all my Natasha Denona palettes out that I have, and we're gonna really see, are these new shades? They might be new, you know, formulas, but is this just a remix palette with a whole bunch of shades that have been done before? We will find out. I'll be right back.
You said it yourself, this will not work if we are miles apart. Wake up alone, your fans are closed. Reach for something that you're not. Oh, you need to calm down, honey. You need to calm down. Just need to calm down, honey. We need to calm down.
Okay, you guys, so here are the first two looks completed with the palette. Here's the first one, which is more of a smoky little grunge type vibe. And here is the second look, which is kind of monochromatic. It has that red, that brown, and that kind of berry tone duochrome shade. I don't really feel like it's translating as a duochrome. I do like both of these looks, and you know, this to me is more of a basic palette, so it's not going to be that type of palette that is like, that has a lot of oohs and ahs. Let's get into the next two looks and I'll be back. Say hi real quick on the video because people act like, well, that's enough. Okay, River, come say hi. Hi. Oh, Marky, say hi. Hi. You asked to come up here. Get right onto his mom. I had to switch back to the trusty Gloria. Let's see what kind of fish you are.
We keep on walking through fire, but we always get what's required. So many things we desire, but I only bring you a lighter, so we can add fuel to the flames. Keep on playing games. Oh, adding more fuel to the flames. I know I'm to blame. Yes.
Okay, y'all, I'm back with the next two. Thank you. I'm back with the next two looks. Now, this is the type of blue that I really, really enjoy. This looks like on the eye, not super different from the first look, or maybe it does. The first look was more of a red, you know, had a deeper kind of feel to it, and this is very light and airy. It's just very like melon and nice. Yes, August. Go ahead.
It's the weekend today and we're gonna have pizza.
All right, so here we go, y'all. Next two looks. You better go out there and sit at the table. Get that pizza with that extra cheese. Actually, I'm gonna eat the cheese. You know, August doesn't even eat cheese on pizza, which is such a... What? It's a freaking waste. He's gone. They're not exciting. They're not. Let me know what y'all think about these. All right, let's get into the last look. And I'm gonna eat some pizza.
Sometimes it really feels like I lose control. Honestly, I can't even find my home. Cause when you see light, I tend to fade. With city lights and you're in space, and I don't think I'm ever gonna get it right. I'm drowning underwater, and you're just making it harder. Need to let you go to find myself. Cause I keep on falling, and you're the one watching. Need to let you go to find myself. You are only bringing out the worst in me. Now I really don't know what the best in me is. Cause when you see light, I tend to fade. With city lights and you're in space, and I don't think I'm ever gonna get it right. I'm drowning underwater, and you're just making it harder. Need to let you go to find myself. Cause I keep on falling, and you're the one watching. Need to let you go to find myself. I'm drowning underwater. Need to let you go to find myself. Cause I keep on falling.
Okay, y'all, I'm back. So, y'all already know. This is my type of look right here. It's grungy, it's deep, and it's giving me like the Melt Blueprint vibes, but maybe not as deep. I love this. I love that cream to powder matte shade that I used on the lid. I love it, you know. This is me. Okay. Let me know which look you liked the best. This one to me felt the most different and the most unique. When I look at this palette, I don't get this type of vibe, but it's nice to know that you can get this type of vibe if that's something that you're into, but you can still get those light pink and neutral looks. You know what I'm saying? So let me know what you think. We're gonna get into some comparisons. That's coming right now. Okay, you guys, I am on location at my mom's house. I brought all of my Natasha Denona palettes so we can do some comparisons, and you can just hear my thoughts on this situation. All right, so first, let's take a look at the Zendo compared to the mini Zendo. Now, I don't feel like these palettes are honestly truly related. I mean, this shade here and maybe this shade may have, you know, a similar vibe. You know, you've got this pink shimmer type thing. This doesn't speak inspiration from the mini Zendo to me. If you have the mini Zendo and you want the big Zendo, I would say get the big Zendo, because this is just, I don't know, this is not doing anything for me. So let's put that aside and let's look at the mini Star palette. We've got that, but this one's not very similar at all, so you put that to the side. All right, let's start getting into where I'm starting to have some questions. Now let's talk about bronze. This half of the palette to me just reminds me of bronze. You've got this luster shade here, which looks very similar to Alloy. We've got Ridge here. So, I mean, it's like, why are we doing this? We've got some matte browns. So those look pretty close. Have another matte here, High Degree. We have Mindful here. I mean, these look, I'm not saying they're exactly the same, but they're really, really close, you guys. Bronze, to me, is a better palette. If you're trying to figure out, you know, what you want to do, I would definitely go with bronze. This was my first Natasha Denona palette, and I love it. Okay, now let's take a look at Zendo and Sunrise. Not too many similarities here, I don't think, but if you were looking to choose between the two, I like the color story of Sunrise better than Zendo. Probably not as similar as I thought, but complementary. Bronze is way similar. All right, let's look at one that's not really connected, which would be Glam. Now, I just think Glam is not similar at all. Glam is completely cool toned, and even though Zendo says it has some cool tones in it, it is mostly warm tones. I would say the majority of this palette is warm tones until you get to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, those are the only cool tones, in my opinion, in this palette. Can I just go back to bronze real quick? Can I just tell y'all real fast? These two shades, oh my God, this shade is called Deep Dive. I rearranged my palette. And this is Rhodium. These two shades are boom. Okay, all right. I want to point out Trio Chrome, because this scrap shade to me is very close. I'm not saying it's the same, but it is very close in texture and color to Zeal. And then we also have Breath and Androdite. So this is Breath and this is Androdite. No, they are not exactly the same, but I mean, if you just blink and look, they're exactly the same. Let's look at Metropolis. Now, I definitely feel like some of these golds are similar. I mean, they're similar enough that you don't need both, if that makes sense. And then you have this shade Zeal, and then this shade here, I'm not sure what it's called, but I mean, they're not exact. We still have the creamy matte. So I'm looking at this and Balance. And it's like, how many variations of brown are you going to really need? That, okay, they look different on your finger, but do they look different on your eye? Like, that's where we really have to pay attention, because if it's not gonna look any different on your eye, then who cares if it looks different in a swatch? I sure don't. Now let's bring over the Love palette. The reason why I'm bringing over the Love palette is mainly for the red shade. So Vigor and Heart. I mean, it's the same as far as I'm concerned. Now, I do want to say that Natasha Denona does have very nice shimmers. They are not my favorite shimmers, but they are really nice. But there was just nothing, you know, really amazing about the shimmers in the palette. I don't really buy Natasha Denona for her shimmers because I like her mattes a lot. All right, and the last palette that we are going to look at is Circo Loco. Now let's see if we see any similarities here. I don't really see too much in common with the two palettes. Those are the Natasha Denona palettes I have, and I'm sure there are other comparisons that can be made, but this is like the remix, you know what I mean? I'm just not certain of the rhyme or reason, because Zendo, is Zendo like dealing with, didn't it say something with balance? To me, what would make sense would be to have a palette that was half warm and half cool, but it's mostly warm, right? Wouldn't y'all agree it's mostly warm? So I'm just not sure who is the advisor for, you know, color stories. Maybe I have to practice some more looks before I, you know, really judge it. I mean, take this palette away, I'm not missing anything. I'm not missing out on anything. So I think that if you have Natasha Denona palettes, you really, really don't need this one. You just don't. We didn't even really need this one. But that's a whole nother situation. We could have had a small one at Circle Loco. Oh my God, I'm just doing this for no reason. I can't. Yo, I can't. This is not even what this is about. All right, now I'm just showing y'all my palettes. All right, that's it. I'm about to give y'all my final thoughts, even though I just kind of did that. Final thoughts on the Zendo. Did we need this? No. It's kind of like a remix of several palettes in one. So it does make it a travel-friendly palette, a small palette. If you had, I don't know, I'm trying to think, like a business trip, or I mean, even if you had a vacation, you could probably take this palette, the Zendo, and be good. Wait, let me look at it one more time. I just feel like, I don't know why she came out with it. It gives you more color options than bronze. It's not as pink and purple as Love. It's not as grungy as Trio Chrome. It's not as ridiculous as Circo Loco. It gives you way more options than the minis. There's nothing in common to me with this and Glam. I don't even know what to say. I'm not like, oh my God, oh my gosh. You know what I'm saying? These shades aren't new. I think she may have done some of these shades in a different formula, but I mean, nobody needs one shade in all these different formulas. So I don't know. I kind of feel like she could have come out with this, but maybe not come out with something else. I don't know. If you are new to Natasha Denona, you have warm, you have cool, you have the creamy mattes, you have 2 duochromes, you have metallics, you have the cream to powder formula, you have neutral, you have color, and it's not the $129 price. This encompasses a lot of different tastes. But for those of us who have all these Natasha Denona palettes, we're kind of like, girl, why you come out with this? Because we already have it. You got to look at it from 2 different lenses. And if you do it that way, you'll kind of see why this palette is kind of cool. But then, like I said, most of us are going to be like, girl, why? So that's it. Thank you guys for taking out some of your time and hanging with me today. I really do hope you enjoyed the video. I do hope that is helpful. I do have school until June 18th, but after that, I am definitely hoping to be on YouTube and Instagram a lot more, because I do enjoy all the makeup and talking and conversations and sharing and creating, you know, most importantly. So with that being said, until I see you again, make sure you're being gentle with yourself, talk to yourself nice, stay safe, and I will see y'all really, really soon. Bye.